Here comes a new challenger!
Hello there everyone, and welcome to a brand new video. And in this one, we're going to be analyzing Baby. Now Baby, of course, I already made an initial reactions to the announcement that Baby and Gogeta would be coming to FighterZ. But this video, we're going to be analyzing Baby. So, let's just skip ahead. So, first of all, I just gotta say, super cool intro, right? This is an amazing intro. I love the GT references here. Boom, bam, bop. They show him power up. Now, he does, in terms of his model, he's definitely taller than Vegeta. Like 1,000,000%. Like, he is much taller than Vegeta. So, there's that. Alright? So, and this is his light, this is probably his light auto combo. The thing about light auto combos that end with a command grab is that if you have an assist with low block stun, say like Frieza B, you can reset the hit stun, like the block stun, and so you'd basically get this command grab for free. But otherwise, you know, not much else to really of note. It's just a light auto combo. This might be a 2 heavy, like a 2H or a 2M, similar to Roshi, how he has like that drop down with his 2M. Basically a standard type of dive kick type attack. Though he does get a dive kick later, which is why I'm kind of like iffy on this move, because Arc System Works trailers don't really portray things all too well. Like, as you see here, it looks like he does this from a teleport, right? Because there's these lines here, so it looks like it's a teleport of some kind, and that he drops down, or it's supposed to emphasize speed of some kind, maybe, who knows. Either this is a teleport, or he's just moving so fast that he goes, you know, right, to give you that hard drop down, which seems to give you a free sliding, I think. No, it pops up. Or I think I'm thinking of a different move. Now this move looks like Wolf Fang, Wolf Flash, or whatever Yamcha's DP is, but this time this one ends with a projectile. He throws 2. Now the thing about these projectiles, or this whole thing, this probably could be a DP. I just find it interesting. It's a very interesting move. There's not really too much to say about this other than he spins around and tosses 2 projectiles at you. You know? And the thing about the scans is that there's apparently a projectile that when he throws it, even if it misses, it'll come right back. So, like, I don't think it's these projectiles, but they don't really show that part. So here's the dive kick earlier I was mentioning. So he's in the air, right? Like, you can see that they had to jump, so he had to jump. This wasn't like he teleported. And then he goes for this dive kick. The thing about this dive kick is that when he bounces off of Gohan here, it puts him in sliding knockdown. That's gonna be really good, especially like at the corner. Though he does jump a fair distance away, but like say against the wall, right? So just imagine Gohan is still right around here. Baby would basically be, so Gohan would be like around here. Baby would just be like a fair few distance away. With an assist, you can basically cover anything they do. So that's good. That's good to have. And then there's this multi-hit projectile, which might not be great. Might be okay. It might be good for like annoying people, right? Because as an example, like with Z Broly, what people do is that they'll throw out like this, or not Broly, bad example. Jiren 5S is a projectile he sends straight forward, and that's really good at annoying people. I don't think it'll serve the same function. I think you can super dash through any of these, but we'll see what happens. And then he has hidden missile. Bro. He is Dr. Doom. That is sick. He is Dr. Doom. All right, and there you go. So hidden missile, again, probably something you could super dash with, but as we'll see earlier, he does have a beam. So similar to like Krillin, for instance, Krillin can jail with beam, but also with his own ki blast, right? Because he'll shoot out 2 ki blasts, and you can have one of them go up and then it'll come crashing down, and with a beam it essentially like sets up you essentially jail your opponent there. You know what I'm trying to say. I think Baby might be able to set up the same thing, but his beam seems a lot slower than Krillin's. We'll get through it. And then there's this Heavy, which they don't... I don't think this is the full animation. This is definitely not the full animation, because like all Heavies like have like crazy cinematic things. So they probably skipped out on a few animations here. It was just the kick and like the knee, and there you go. So here we see a little bit more of Baby. And I gotta say, I love how he's smirking here. I love Baby. Baby is my favorite GT villain. I'm happy he's in this game. So here we see him calling an assist. Now the thing about the assist, he does a pose, and then as he does the pose, the assist shows up, your opponent's assist, and he takes over them. Now we're gonna talk about this a bit later. Just hold that thought on. So here's his. I'm assuming this is gonna be his 5S, like on the ground, where it's just air key blast anti-beam property or whatever. It's probably gonna be more like or like anti-super dash, similar to things like Goku's standing S, Gohan's, I think Roshi's, I think so. Who's another good example? Jiren. So it might be one of those. This is just a weird projectile because he just turns around. He just goes, yeah, whoop. Maybe this is the projectile that comes right back, because like it doesn't disappear when it hits Goku. It doesn't disappear, which I find interesting. And then here we go. So he calls the assist again, but this time, as you'll see here, he does the EX, like he does an EX here, right? Because of like the flash on the background. And when he does EX, Gohan does his C assist, and we know this is a C assist because his C assist is Masenko into his core circle back air, like his air core circle back, and as you see, he slams him down. All right, so this is what I think happens when Baby takes away your character, right? The way the scans made it seem was that you only get whatever assist they currently have on them. But what this seems like is that he has access to all of your opponent's assists. All of them, right? So, now, if you're like say in a 3-on-1 or 2-on-1, right? Like Baby still has his teammates, you could set up some very devilish things. Like say hypothetically, you get like Kid Buu. Kid Buu's A assist is quite powerful, right? Because it gives you a free 50-50, essentially, right? So imagine, like obviously he has some recovery from that pose, but imagine Kid Buu, right? He does that, then you have your other assist locked down your opponent, and then you could still push that way. I don't know, maybe like that's just me theory crafting. Like if he has no lag after he calls an assist, he basically gets like free 50-50 like off of Kid Buu. Or for instance, GT Goku, perfect example. GT Goku, his assist is probably the best in the game, and you could easily have like his beam, like you could just call his beam and call it like another assist that will lock them down on the ground, right? Because the way GT Goku's works is it's a beam aimed upwards, and then you can have them be locked down with like an assist that hits in that angle, so you cover like 2 areas, you know, you cover above and below, something devilish like that. The only thing is, again, he does do a pose, so it makes me think there is some recovery time, but with a C assist, you don't have to really worry about that. And the good C assists are usually the ones that have like beam property or track, such as like hits and UI Goku's, they track. But then like you have Gohan, as you saw there, Super Broly, and Kid Buu all have like beam C assists, so that's still really good. And even like Z Broly, his doesn't track and his doesn't like have beam property. Instead, he just he does his lariat, and it has armor. So depending on what your opponent has, you could get some pretty crazy options, right? But we'll see. I'm pretty sure you can use these assists in the air, but if you can't, that's gonna hurt. I think that's gonna hurt Baby if he can't call these assists whilst in the air or whatever, right? Because it's sort of like with Ginyu. How with Ginyu you kind of want to set up things like Raccoon when landing, or not Raccoon, but like Bird or all this, whatever. You want to set something up if like you're by yourself, you have no assist, right? And so if you can't do that in the air, I feel like that's gonna hurt Baby. Me personally, I think that will. But here we also see his air beam. Now I think his air beam starts right around here. right? Like, I think that's the frame it actually starts. Here's the thing about this air beam. It's super slow. Like, this is cooler levels of slow. Let's say this is where it's... Let's say this is where it starts. Yeah, because he does a dramatic pose here. So frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, there you go. And then the beam hits. That's kind of slow compared to like other beams, especially like the Goku's, Yamcha's, Krillin's, etc. So that's pretty eh. And here we see, like, I think this is just gonna be his medium auto combo. Though, if this command grab is a separate move, like Vegito, I think that'll be good. Like, if you could just grab your opponent off the air, I think that'll be good. And this is level 1, which is, I believe, is Final Flash, but Baby's version of it. And the thing is that this one was said you can aim up straight or down. And I think how that's gonna work is similar to how Vegeta. Oh, funny enough, Vegeta can aim his beam up and down if you do like his alternate level 1, right? Not his beam, but his Big Bang attack. So I think it's gonna work like that. And then here we see one of his level 3 supers. Now, if this acts like GT Goku's Spirit Bomb, and you can combo off of this, that's gonna be insane. He's super low to the ground, which is interesting. I don't think this will be I don't think this will be the one he'll be able to tag into. I don't think this will be the one. I think his other one is the one where if you try to tag him in, he'll do that level 3, right? And what I mean by that is this one when he goes monkey mode. Now this is just a great visual, but this also has a separate mechanic because GT Goku, for those who don't know, when GT Goku is on a full team, right? Like none of his allies are down. He has his level 3 is basically just he kicks you up, dashes to you, punches right through, and then Kamehamehas for the finisher, right? But if one of your opponents or like if one of your allies are down, well then now he's able to call like he turns Super Saiyan 4 basically. And apparently this has a similar property where Baby will basically use Gallic Gun instead of instead of doing this basically. So it's probably going to lead to like even more damage, which is great because that's usually how it works. But we'll see when he finally comes out, because obviously he's not out yet, but still pretty hype, all things considered. And yeah, that's basically the Baby analysis. The only thing, I'm gonna leave it on here. No, wait, hold on. Ooh, there we go. Great. I'm gonna leave it on there. So these are my thoughts, right? This is what I think. If Baby has a command grab, which I don't think he does. I don't think he'll have a command grab, because I feel they would have shown that he would have had a command grab, right? He has one in his medium auto combo, but even if you could use that separately, it would probably only like command grab people off of the air, you know, and you'd still have to be on the ground for that. But if he has a crouching light that hits slow, then this character's about to be a top tier free. I feel. Because, you know, you gotta open up your opponent, and if you don't have a command grab or a crouching low that's, you know, good, yeah, it's gonna suck. Like Gogeta, for instance, Gogeta Blue, his crouching light, it sucks. Because I believe it comes out like, what, like frame 10? It's a slide, right? Like it's just a slide. It doesn't cover that much distance, so you're not gonna be able to catch people off guard with that. You know, like when you're putting them in block stun, like that's why Gogeta's not that great. You know, you'll catch people with a crouching medium that goes across the screen, but otherwise not really, right? So that's kind of unfortunate, but I do think that Baby, if he gets one of these things, will be an extremely good character. I think so. But yeah, with that all being said, take care, guys. Be safe out there, and if you enjoyed, press the funny red button, because we're almost close to 200. We're super close to 200. We're super close to 200, so please, if you can, chill me. I beg, please. And yeah, no, I think that's it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really hyped for Baby. Let me know. Like, let me know what you guys are feeling. How do you guys feel about Baby? I think Baby, like I said, he could be a top tier. He could easily be a top tier if yeah, as long as he can actually open you up. We'll see. I think he'll be just fine. But yeah, with that all being said, you know, take care, guys. Be safe as per usual, and I genuinely can't wait for this. Like, I genuinely look. I'm gonna say it. This was probably the best way they could have ended this pass, right? And here's the reason why I think, by the way, that I think Baby's gonna be good. It's because they want you to play these characters, right? They want you to play these characters, so I feel like they're making them good. They're trying to find ways to make them good and interesting. Because here's the thing, with season 1 and 2, they still had pretty bad characters, right? Like I'm talking, as an example, right? I think for season 1, it was like Android 17. Like, now he's good, but I mean, like, when he first released, like, Android 17 kind of sucked, you know. Cooler is kind of okay. Like, he has great neutral, but outside of that, he's like kind of whatever. But and then like with season 2, you had Jiren and Fidel. Mind you, they opened up that DLC. You know, season 2 opened up with Jiren and Videl, and they sucked. No one wanted to play them. So let's hope they don't mess it up this time. I doubt they will, but still, you never know. You never know. But yeah, this was great. I'm so happy that Gogeta's here, by the way. Like, you guys don't understand. Like this. His transformation definitely isn't like as crazy as like Gogeta Blue, because this one's more based on GT's incarnation of the fusion dance. But I will say this part right here is much better than that. And you know what? I'm gonna say it right here. I think GT's fusion. I know some people may not like what I'm about to say, but I think Gogeta in the context of GT is much better than in the context of Super. Because, like, bro, like, I don't know how many of you guys watch Super, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it in a different video. I want to say that for, like, a Broly video. but I do get to talk about FighterZ. I mean, not FighterZ, Dragon Ball Super and all that. With that all being said, take care. I kept saying that so many times, but I mean it this time. Be safe, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.